Welcome to Quality. In this video, I'm going to show you how to import test cases. You can access this functionality from Test Management, Test Cases. My recommendation is to always start by downloading the import template. So you can click on Download Test Case Template As, and you can choose your preferred format. In my case, I will choose Excel format. Let's open the file. So I always try to start by downloading this file, filling, and then uploading the file. This way you make sure your file is in the correct format and avoid any import errors. The file comes with some samples data that you will need to replace with your own data. You can also edit the file by removing any columns you don't need. In our case, we are going to keep the build, the module, the test scenarios. Maybe I can remove this column. Also, I can remove, I don't know, let's see, the execution type. Well, you can keep or remove whatever you want. I will keep the test case summary, the priority, execution type, testing type, and expected results. I have my own Excel open here with the same columns. I started from the template, but I modify and fill in with the data that I want to import. Ideally, values like build, modules, priority, and execution types should already exist in the system, but don't worry if they don't. We will see that you can create them on the fly during the import process. In my case, I already have this Excel ready with all the values I want to import, so let's go ahead and use this one. So let's click on Import Test Case As. You can choose the format. You can drag and drop the file or browse it. Then you can click on Next. The tool will tell you how many test cases it detected in the file. So you can, in this case, we have 2 test cases. You can click Next. Now you will see the field mapping screen. This is where Quality maps your Excel columns to the corresponding fields in the system. You can review and adjust any of this mapping if it's needed. For example, the build in the Excel maps with the build field in the database. It's correct, so I'm not going to modify anything. I will choose the current user for approval, and if you want, you can check the Create Missing Value option. This means that if any value in your file doesn't match any existing value in the system, it will be created automatically. I'm going to leave that unchecked. I'd rather do a manual review afterwards and fix anything that didn't map correctly, but I prefer do it by myself. So I will click on Import Data and the file is imported. The test cases has been created successfully. So let's go throughout them now and verify that all the values come as expected. I had 2 test cases: calendar displays all classes and calendar shows message. So let's look for calendar. And let's see, we have displays all classes and show messages. Let's click on the first one. I can edit the test case, the imported test cases, the test case name, the summary, the sprint 2 as we had in our Excel file, sprint 2, and also the module. You can see that the execution type was not matched because it's in uppercase, so I can click and choose the option. So I prefer do that review manually, but if not, you can click on the option we already saw. The same with the second test case. I will choose the requirement and the execution type as manual and click on Update. Now you are ready to create or to import your own test cases using the template. I hope you enjoy this feature.